2.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Make Podcasting Great Again. We are excited to bring you episode number 2 of our series of season 6. Today, we have the reigning, defending, undisputed champion of the league, Mr. Tristan Campbell himself. We are very happy to have you on today. We're very excited to interview you, get your thoughts on last season, get your thoughts on this season. And without further ado, Gavin, will you please hit that music? As I said, my name is Sam Long, and I am the host today of Make Podcasting Great Again. And the lovely assistant to what you will see as my left is Mr. Gavin Alexander, and below me is Mr. Tristan Campbell, or TCam, as I will probably refer to him through much of this video.
Heck yeah.
So, as previously mentioned in the first intro, Tristan is the reigning and defending champion of the league after an impressive 14-1 season. Pretty much was untouched the entire year. So,
right, baby.
We are all champions here, if you can believe it or not. Gavin, I, and TCam account for 4 of the 5 titles. So I guess our first thing we want to talk to you about, TCam, is how does it feel to be one of only 4 people to ever win this league?
Honestly, I am so happy it happened this year because I was just expecting to lose 3rd or 4th place, 5th place, whatever, again, and just be mediocre, as my team name suggests, mediocre mates. But
are the mediocre mates. That is true. Yeah, how long have you had that name?
I can't remember, at least 2, 3 years. But man, I might have to change it to the Mighty Mates now that we've gone 14-1. Hey. Yeah, but you know, I got a lot of bragging rights. Not one trade done. So I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna be annoying.
Well, I tell you what, you almost in your drunken state traded me Dave Montgomery in a 5th for Josh Jacobs. So I haven't done the calcs on if that would have changed anything or not. Your team was dominant with Calvin Ridley and with Russell Wilson and with Nick Chubb when he was healthy.
Yeah, and especially David Montgomery. Like you said, I was about to trade him a couple weeks right before the trade deadline. Thank God I didn't, because I'm pretty sure he won me at least one of the last 2 games because he got a bogus time touchdown in one of those games.
I seem to recall that game, TCam. Would you like to explain what happened in the semifinal?
That's right. Thank God I beat you. I honestly thought I was going to lose to you, and I was
your one loss during the regular season. That was the only thing giving me hope when I played you in the semifinals game.
I know, but you shouldn't have had any worries about it, TCam, because Gavin, he knows exactly how it feels to lose in the semifinals, if you can believe that or not. You know, we've got something in common, TCam, not just the trophy, but beating Gavin in the semifinals.
Right. It's an exclusive club, baby.
It is an exclusive club. Not everyone can do it unless they won the title.
Yeah, Gavin's team has been like the team I look out for the last couple of years, honestly, just because he's beat me, I think, in the playoffs a couple of times. I might be wrong. It just seems like it.
Yeah, I mean, so it's really easy to get hung up on like one bad year. I mean, I know I've looked back through the archives and stuff, and, you know, your first year in the league, like you mentioned pre-recording, you were pretty inebriated while you were drafting. And I mean, you went like 2-12 or 3-11 or something.
Yeah.
Something not good. But I mean, you've had a lot of success. You've finished, you've made the playoffs more times than you've missed. You finished 3rd place. I think you finished 3rd place, not this last year, but the year prior too. Or maybe it was 2 years ago. But I mean, you have a 3rd place finish under your belt. You're a consistent playoff hunter. And I don't think everyone really realizes that. I think a lot of people kind of think, oh, well, we got like these 4 dudes and they win the league all the time and that's it. But I mean, you're right there. You're a consistent player.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because I truthfully think so. I go under the radar, honestly. I mean, I had a couple big wins against Eli during our whole entire league history that I like to hang my belt on.
You know what it is? I think it's the team name. I think that the team name really brings you back to your mediocre status.
Yeah, it humbles
snake in the grass.
I like it. I think that's one of the coolest names. I don't know if it's the best in the league, but I think it's up there, top 3.
Well, and for me personally, I've had the same, well, except for half of the season. I was really bad like 4 years ago, so I changed it. But I tried to keep the same team name the whole time. I think it just kind of builds off of, the like feeling of your team, and it's like you have pride in your own team.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got a lot of pride in my team too. Actually, I've been trying to decide if I want to keep Tyreek Hill since he won me.
That's a big segue, TCam, because we were going to ask you, along with Eli too, because for those of you who don't know, Eli is our fearless commissioner, and he was going to be on here with TCam tonight, kind of kicking off our big interview sessions, but he unfortunately couldn't make it tonight due to rest, load management, perhaps. But yeah, Eli has yet to keep a keeper too. And we were going to ask you both, have you decided on anyone, or are you still deciding?
Man, I just think Tyreek Hill, my luck with him is going to run out eventually here soon.
Okay.
I'm debating on getting out, but then again, I want to go for a nice running back like a Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry, but they aren't going to be up there.
Yeah, they're all going to be capped. And that's kind of the hard part about the league is when you get to keep one guy. I mean, a lot of the top end draft guys are not there.
Just for everyone else's knowledge and my own, TCam, who did you keep, or did you have a keeper last year during your championship year?
Tyreek would be
was Tyreek?
I think you've kept Tyreek the last 2 seasons.
Because I've been wanting to trade him to like Drew or somebody and trying to flip him because I know like one of those guys will buy him. But no, he's been holding it down, man. Like 3 touchdowns a game a couple times, and he just really locks me in to playoffs. So I don't know. I really have to flip a coin and decide.
Yeah. And who knows? Maybe you don't keep him and then you don't keep anyone, and then the draft lottery breaks your way and you take him again. And speaking of which, shameless plug, our draft lottery episode will be episode 3, and it will be coming directly after this episode. So stay tuned.
Heck yeah.
But TCam, I do have a question to add on with what Sam was talking about earlier, with how you have been improving season by season since the start of the league. How do you plan to keep that up? What do you want mediocre mates to be known as 5 years from now for what you've already established it as mediocre mates this year?
Yeah. So like we said earlier, I'm kind of just that kind of the wolf in the background, man. No one's really paying attention to me. They're paying attention to you top dogs up there. And so if I can keep on this little grind, be a consistent team, truthfully, I mean, I think I'm one of the top players in the league coming after this year. I'm definitely top 5 potentially going into this next season for the next couple years. Because, man, you see those draft picks out there? Not one trade. And everybody else was trading them. And I knew the entire time I had a good squad. So I think I'm going to be known as the powerhouse here soon. But definitely I'm going to linger behind Sam and Eli, yourself, Gavin. But yeah.
So I do have to ask football in real life is, kind of a copycat league. Someone starts to run the Wildcat, everyone starts to run the Wildcat. Someone gets a Lamar, everyone tries to find Lamar. So I'm wondering, do you think your success with not trading any picks might actually cause other teams to be less aggressive during the trade deadline? Because for the last couple of years, me and Gavin and Katz and some of the other guys were really aggressive with adding on, and that can kind of get us into trouble some years.
Some teams add talent, giving up draft picks, regardless of how good the talent actually is that they're acquiring.
That's very true as well. So do you think you're going to continue to be kind of the guy that breaks the mold, or do you think other people are going to try and do what you do and kind of not trade as much?
I think everyone's going to continue to keep trading, honestly, unless maybe one of you two decide to hold back because you like your team locked in. But I think everyone just scrambles a little bit too much. And that's probably because they're not all on the top half of the league, because it's usually you four big dogs. But I think I'm going to stick to the low amount of trades, to be honest, unless there's, of course, a obvious win on a trade request. But I never want to make a trade where I'm losing, like, at all. There's no reason to worsen your team. And then giving up draft picks, in my opinion, kind of stupid, unless it's like pick number 8 above. But yeah, I'm not against trading. I'm just not going to do it that often.
Yeah, and no, that's completely fair. I mean, I can tell you right now, and even Gavin can tell you, you know, you trade high pick and, you know, it doesn't work out. And the next year you're already kind of working at a disadvantage and it kind of just snowballs on you. I mean,
traded a
sometimes
4th round pick for DK Metcalf the second half of the season after DK Metcalf was no longer DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
And on a personal note, I hate that you got Russell Wilson a title in this league. I personally hate it.
His first championship, baby.
It should be his. He should have 0. But
for anyone who doesn't know, Gavin 2 years ago had Russell Wilson, and then he did the same thing 2 years ago they did last year and wasn't as good in the second half and pretty much lost him the title or a shot at the title. And so Gavin is an absolute anti-Russell Wilson.
I blame Russell Wilson for me not having 2 fantasy football titles. It is entirely his fault.
How much did he score in the game you lost? Do you remember?
The problem with Russell Wilson the first year was the second half of the season, he was quarterback 21 week 7 and beyond.
Oh, that's right.
And then last year I traded for DK Metcalf, who was a direct recipient of Russell Wilson sucking ass the second half.
And he became a potato. But, you know, lucky for Gavin, it's not like anyone in this league, you know, ever looks back at any of the past stuff and found out that Russell Wilson scored the most points in the championship game last year to hand TCam his first title.
Right.
That's right, baby. Dude, I have the scoring title, I think, if I'm not mistaken, overall.
You might have scored I'm not sure if that's accurate. I think Eli one year put up like 110 points a game.
Okay, maybe I just have the most per game, one game.
No, that's what it is. You did score the most points in one game. Do you know what that is off the top of your head? Either of you? It's like 170 something, I think.
Yeah, I thought it was like 172. That's what my guess was.
Did you drop that on Kyler too?
Oh, it was, dude. That was the
like week 1 against Kyler.
The rivalry game too. So I get. Dude, yeah, destroyed his hopes, honestly.
Man, that must
remind
remind
everyone how impressive that is. This is a standard league, no points per receptions or half points per receptions, anything. It is just a standard.
Yep, 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wideouts, a tight end, a defense, and a kicker. That's it. He scored 170-ish.
Everybody had their game of the year except for like one person, and they just all went off.
I hope you know that everyone wanted you to get to 200. That would have been hilarious.
That would have been awesome.
Especially dumping it on Kyler.
Yeah.
I don't want to dwell on it too hard, but we do have so due to the NFL schedule change, we had to add a week onto the season and we had to institute a rivalry week. I know that like you're probably over the whole like, you know, Kyler and TCam thing that was years ago.
But yeah,
I mean,
rivalry.
Yeah, I mean it's a good rivalry. Like, do you have any feelings about playing him twice this year, hoping you go 2-0? Anything else?
Man, I just hope I don't give him any chance to brag. So that's about it, because I don't want him to start running his mouth. But nah, I'm sure I'll beat him. Knowing how he drafts, I don't really think I'll lose, but we'll see. Hopefully he shows out this year.
Are you claiming that Kyler has a process issue?
Yeah, maybe. And it might be just showing up for the draft a little too unprepared.
Well, you know, he's got a good start. he's got a good start. He only, he has Alvin Kamara to start. So
yeah, man, he's in a good spot.
We're at the 10-minute warning about now. My computer just gave me a pop-up and was like, hey, dummy, you're at 10 minutes. So I think I kind of just want to ask you one more question, then we'll give you the last word and we'll let you go on your way because you are an hour ahead of us and it is just about 8 o'clock. It's Central Time. So I guess the last thing we really wanted to ask you was, how's the trophy? Because I had to mail that thing across half the dang country.
It's good. It's good. I will tell you one thing. The little number with the year, that did snap, the little tiny one on the side.
Oh, no.
But those shouldn't. I'm honestly have a trophy store up the road that I know about. So I'm going to see if they got something there. The one that says here.
All you got, if you want to just shoot me a photo of it after this, it's not a huge deal. Whenever we mail it back, we can, because I got to order the plate for whoever the heck wins it this year. Hopefully it's you and I can just send it to you. But,
hopefully so.
But, whenever that happens, I can just order something because they have some sort of weird, carving, laser thing.
Yeah, man. I've been, it's propped up over there.
Good deal. I hope you're enjoying it. What'd you drink out of it first?
Dude, I haven't drank anything out of it yet.
What?
Not yet.
You should do it for the lotto. That's what you should do. You should show up to the lotto tomorrow and then take some swigs out of it.
Dude,
2 hours before the draft. Hard liquor.
Hard liquor before the draft. That's for sure. Make sure.
Bourbon too. Heck yeah. You gotta do it good in that nice little football glass.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of the Heisman Trophy when I'm cuddling that night.
Dude, that's what I thought. It reminded me of the old Natty Trophy.
That one was way cooler than the one now. But yeah.
I agree with you. I thought the new one's not bad, but it's man, the crystal ball is just something better.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, you got any more questions for our esteemed guest, Gavin?
I have nothing more, but good luck this season, TCam. Again, having all of your draft picks must be a very, very calming feeling going into this season. I can't say I feel the same way, but best of luck to you.
Dude, I'm happy about it. I'm very, very happy about that.
Well, one of the perks of being bad was I have excess draft capital now, so I feel at least second best at this point. Feel better if my team wasn't terrible last year, though. All right, TCam, I tell you what, as the reigning champ, you got any last words? You want to issue any warnings in the league? You want to do anything along those lines?
Man, first I want to ask you guys one question. Who do you think's winning the championship other than yourself? I guess we haven't drafted. I don't know what I'm asking that for.
We haven't drafted yet. If you were just going to ask me who I think will win, my money would either be on Gavin because he's never missed the playoffs, or Eli because Eli wins the most in the playoffs.
Yeah, hopefully he has a terrible year.
God, I hope so too. That dude always is good. Fun fact, not to go and steal your time, but in the 5 years that we've been doing this, last year was the first time I didn't play Eli in the playoffs. Because I played him in the playoffs the first year, the fourth year, or the third year, and the fourth year, and then we played in the losers bracket in the second year.
Now that's a rivalry game right there.
Yeah, I know. He's my rival, and it's just a pain in the ass because he's good.
Yeah. Man, well, let's end it on last words I'm going to say. Hopefully Eli is terrible this year. So
hey, that's the last word. All right, Gav, if you would you play the music one more time, exit us out, and then that will be our show. Thank you all for listening today. Please like, share, and subscribe, and wait for the next episode. I don't know when it'll be, but it'll be there.